everybody, Backyard Bullion here, and welcome to this week's edition of In Focus Friday, where we are sponsored once again by the incredible team at the Germania Mint, who have sent me through the latest in their Knights of the Past series in the form of this 1-ounce silver and 2-ounce silver with gold gilding. Now, a huge and massive thank you needs to be said to the Germania Mint, who, in aid of true transparency, have gifted me these to keep. So a big thank you to them. Now, that is in no way for a quid pro quo positive review. We are here to give an open, honest, fair review of these products, and then if you are enjoying them and want to get them for yourself, you can go ahead and buy them. All the links to these products are linked down in the description below on the Germania Mint's website, as well as their official distributor list, so you can go and find whichever coin dealer it is that you usually buy these kind of products from. So a big thank you to Germania Mint, and thank you to all of you out there for watching, because without your support, we wouldn't get these kind of coins sent to us. So, where to start? I think we're going to start with this one because it is absolutely stunning. Whilst this is a very nice piece in its nice presentation unit, it pales into insignificance compared with the stunning 2-ounce with gold gilding. So, Germania Mint, not one for letting things go shy on a good bit of packaging with a lovely cardboard sleeve with all of the information that you might want, including the serial number, by the way, and some fantastic artwork of the actual coin design itself. Really good presentation from the Germania Mint always, and I absolutely love these corrugated cardboard boxes. They have a great texture and a great feel, and they're very sturdy as well for keeping your products in. So within this box, what do you get? Well, it's not just the coin, you have a display unit. So we're kind of familiar with some of these display units now with other coins in the Germania Mint's arsenal. And this is no different, with a stunning display frame and sort of invisible floating perspex unit. Really, really like this. Now, I am very much in favour of coins that you can display. I do think that they are very cool to have. It's going to look great when you have all of these coins in a series all lined up together. The only criticism I will have about this is that it is a dust magnet. So you can see here, I've only taken this plastic or this polyester off once to just check what it was I was getting. And you can see already there is so much dust on here. So it's going to be a dust magnet. That's the only criticism I have of these. I don't know if that's something that you can avoid, but generally speaking, I absolutely love these high quality display frames and display units that the Germania Mint put together. They really do look great, and if you have an entire series of coins, I think they look fantastic. Solid piece here, so there's no kind of prying it apart with magnets. The coin just sits very comfortably and very securely in this housing here. To get it out, you just push from the back forwards, and the entire coin and capsule will come out together. So there we go. That is how you get it out, and the coin is here in all of its glory. So let's take the capsule top off, because I always like to show these in all of their glory rather than the capsules. Although I will, before I do, say that the capsule again is like one of these magnified dome capsules, so you can admire a lot of the details on this coin, but as you can see, when you're trying to see some of the high relief and you look down the lens that way, it suddenly just disappears. So you can't always see all of the absolute stunning detail. So we are going to crack this open and have a close look about what's inside. It's really very pretty indeed, and a very well made capsule, which is always nice to see. Capsules doing their job. So you can hear these little squeaking noises, and that's a sign of a good capsule because it's got the sort of airtight seal almost inside. Sometimes you just have to pry it open with a sharp knife around the edges like this, and eventually you'll have enough purchase that you can get the top off without issue. I'm going to do it on this side of the camera so I don't knock my camera over. Oh, it is a strong capsule, let me tell you. There we go. Off it comes now. Right. Oh, it does look good out of the capsule, not going to lie. Right, we've got the sun coming in at just the right time. This is very, very pretty indeed. So, few things just to note. The design here is very, very good. We've got some incredible high relief that we've come to expect now from the Germania Mint. I mean, they're kind of having to one-up themselves every time they bring out a new product, because the quality that they produce and the designs are just so amazing that they really have got themselves only to blame for how to make new incredible pieces. And I definitely have seen some of their repertoire come out and be like, meh, that's really not actually as good as some of the others. But this one I think does impress. The amount of detail that's on the Ottoman soldiers and the Knight of Malta himself and the background is very, very good. Now, without going into too much history and boring you all to death, it's all about the invasion of Malta in 1565, the Great Siege of Malta from the Ottoman Empire and the defence of it by the Maltese Knights. So that's a pretty cool kind of bit of history if you ever wanted to find out about that and how that played a role in shaping sort of middle sort of century, middle millennia history within Europe, then definitely worth a read. But very interesting coin design here with the two going head to head. It's nice to see them not in sort of a battle pose with the swords out and fighting. It's just as if they are meeting for the first time and really having that kind of moment, nose to nose, sizing each other up. Now, the gold gilding is something that I'm very intrigued to find if it has improved, because the first coin in this series had some issues with the gold gilding not being quite so perfect. There was some bleeding over onto other elements of the coin, and this, however, does look almost perfect. I can't see any major issues. And one thing that I will say is this gold gilding looks very, very high quality. Often you'll find with some gold gilded coins that the gilding itself is just, that's a good angle, look at that. The gold gilding itself is just a really thin layer, and it doesn't actually have a great deal of sort of depth to it, and you can definitely tell that is not the case here. There's a huge thick layer of gold that's been put over this, which is fantastic. I'm not seeing any major issues in terms of bleeding, in terms of like quality control. There's only maybe one small area at the top left here of the shoulder that maybe has bled slightly over, but it's very marginal, if that at all. So a job well done on that. Perhaps the Germania Mint taking a bit of initiative after the issues on the first coin that I got. And I think a few other people had them as well, but it was perhaps just a couple in the batch that weren't perfect. But that looks absolutely stunning. Now, we haven't even showed, sorry, for those of you who get distracted by shiny things, we haven't even showed the other side of the coin, which is absolutely stunning in its own right. We have the Maltese back here, which is absolutely, it's just so much detail. I mean, if we're going to get close here, let's just really admire this crest of arms on the back. Absolutely stunning detail. The level of detail that the Germania Mint are getting in their coin designs and the manufacturing, even the sort of micro patterning here behind the 2 ounces of 909 silver is phenomenal. So a real credit needs to be given to the Germania Mint for their design process, their manufacturing process. Everything about this screams quality, and that is fantastic to see, and it's great to have such a beautiful reverse of a coin in its own right. So well done to them. But as a lot of you know, the most important part of any coin is where all the action is, and all the action on this one is most certainly on this side here. So whilst we've got the camera all zoomed in, let's have a real close look at this beautiful vista in the background. We've got the boats on the sea, we've got the Knights of the Past at the top, the €10. Now that's something I haven't really talked about. One criticism I always levy at the Germania Mint is that their coins, or their rounds, are not really coins, but this one is. Working with the Bank of Malta to actually make this a coin is a great move. It certainly saves my embarrassment levels when I get it wrong constantly. So a job well done for the Germania Mint on this 2 ounce silver with gold gilding. I have to say it's absolutely stunning. Now, before we waffle on for too long, we need to of course have a look at the 1 ounce silver version, which is here in this cardboard sort of display unit, I suppose we could call it. So Knights of the Past, 1 ounce silver. It's very well presented in this cardboard sleeve, and I believe this is one that you can have standing up. So you just pull these little tabs out and you can link it in with the, sort of basically just do this, and then you push that back there like that, and then you have this as something that can stand up as a display unit. Now, of course, the difference between these two products is going to be the price point. With a mintage of only 999, this is a lot less than the 15,000 on this. Of course, this is a sort of BU style coin. It's not going to be as much detail, and in fact the high relief nature of this coin is very, very different to the 2 ounce silver that you've already looked at. So again, we're going to take the capsule lid off here. This one much easier to get off. Again, it's one of these sort of almost like telescoped capsules, so you can use it to see a lot of the detail, but you do lose some of the edge profile. You can see the level of high relief is very different here from the 2 ounce silver. I kind of like it though, like the high relief nature of these coins is fantastic, but from a kind of purist in me that just likes sort of silver bullion style coins, this is pretty cool, and I do like the fact that you've got still this whole picture field for the scene behind. In fact, there is some differences in terms of the scene itself, so you can see that there's a little bit more distance between the two knights, and in fact now I'm looking at it closely, it's almost like it's two different knights that are facing off here. So it's very different in that look and feel, which is not inherently a bad thing. Now, you can also see the sort of the frame of the image is slightly zoomed in on the 1 ounce silver compared with the 2 ounce silver, which I think is interesting. So they did do this on one of their products where the 1 ounce was zoomed very much in, and then you had the 10 ounce with a larger diameter that was zoomed out, which is kind of cool. So if you want to see the entire picture field of a particular coin, you kind of have to get the whole series of different weights. Now, on the reverse of this, it also looks stunning. In my opinion, actually, this looks even better in the sort of shiny proof than the Knights of the Past one does on the antiqued version. So if we can just quickly flip that one over and we do a side-by-side comparison, it's going to be down to each individual taste. But personally, I think the shiny version of the coin here on the right, the 1 ounce silver, looks absolutely stunning. There's just something about seeing silver glinting in the sunlight which does it for me. The antique version is lovely. You get all this extra detail that you can perhaps pick out, but there's something beautiful about the white nature of silver which just sings out from the coin's surface. So, some of the particulars of the, that's the wrong capsule lid, of the 1 ounce silver are 15,000 mintage. So, from a perspective of, bullion coins, say bullion, this is going to be sitting in that kind of collectible bullion market. It's going to be probably at a premium, so definitely something to factor in for a lot of you out there. But if you've been following the Germania Mint's products for a while and you know what they're all about, you'll understand that the premium you pay at the beginning is often held, if not sort of sometimes increased at the other side of the ownership of the coin. Now, with the 2 ounce silver, I don't have a specific price point for these, but what I will say is that it's probably going to be in the hundreds of dollars for the 2 ounce silver, maybe even more, $200-$300. And it's, of course, something to factor in that it's not going to be for everybody. It's like having the proof version of the coin from, say, the Royal Mint. You'll be very much looking at this as that collector's item, of course, with the whole package that you get here with the display unit, the display frame. It's an event, it's a package to see, and it's certainly not going to be for everybody, and it's going to be very much for that kind of real hardcore collector. Here's the certificate of authenticity for those who like to see it. We can see all of the details and specs inside there with the serial number. Oh, one thing that I didn't mention, and put the capsule top on to do this in case it falls out. You can see that each of these coins has got the serial number on the side as well. So that's pretty cool. It's always nice to have unique serial numbers on the products themselves. That is, I think, it. We've got, of course, the COA. In fact, let's have a look at the whole thing here. We've got a lovely little bit of artwork inside the cardboard sleeve of the two warriors facing off there, and of course the scene, the vista that they would be standing behind here as well. The COA for the 1 ounce silver, very, very similar in its appearance to the 2 ounce, with all the specifications, all of the information that you might need there as well. So that is my review of the new Knights of Malta in 1 ounce silver and 2 ounce with gold gilding. I'd love to know what you think, so please feel free to comment down below with your thoughts and opinions. A big thank you to my BYB Rambling Society members who've watched to the 13th minute of my review here. You're in the Cool Kids Club, thank you one and all. Otherwise, that's it from me. We'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.